How to be likable without being fake. I used to study the cool kids. I used to literally watch what they did, take notes, and try and emulate their behavior, try and copy what they did at school. But it seemed to get me nowhere, okay? I still kept doing it, but something about it felt wrong. Something about it felt fake. And you might be in a similar situation if you're watching this video. You might actually be learning about social skills and how to become more likable, but you can't help but have this nagging feeling inside you that says, this is wrong, this is fake. So even when you try to be more social, you'll just end up overthinking every word. And this will actually make people like you less. I thought, why can't I just be liked for who I am? But now I get it. And I'm going to break down how to be liked without faking a single thing, okay? So just to be crystal clear, in this video, I'm going to share with you why trying to be liked can actually make you less likable. The 3 things I changed that made people naturally drawn to me, and how to be more social whilst feeling 100% like your true authentic self. So the first thing I want to talk about is being liked is not about being cool or mimicking. It is about permission. And here is what I mean by that, okay? Most people aren't always, like fully perfect. Okay, that's fine. Okay, everyone has imperfections. Now, I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times from everyone, but it is the truth. That is why so many people say it. Okay, the people that we like the most are not the funniest, the coolest, the best looking, the smartest, right? They are the ones who make us feel comfortable. And how do you make someone feel comfortable? You give yourself permission to feel comfortable. So that's what I mean by permission, okay? It's giving someone permission to feel comfortable by being comfortable in yourself. If sat in front of you with we're having a conversation and I mess up something, I don't know, I suddenly say something in Spanish, right? I suddenly just have a thought in Spanish and blurt it out. I don't make a big deal out of it because I'm comfortable in myself and in my own skin. And what that does is it gives you permission to feel comfortable in your own skin, right? It's a shared energy, right? Because when I stopped trying to say the right thing, I started letting my humor, my thoughts, my energy flow into the conversation. Guess what? That's when people started gravitating towards me. And just a side note on this energy thing, I actually practice my energy before these videos, before I sit down to record them. And that is why I am so energetic when I speak. That is why I have these gestures. That is why I have these expressions. It's because I actually practice about bringing a certain level of energy, a certain vibe to this video, to this camera that I'm looking at right now. And the next concept I want to talk about is being authentic is the holy grail. I promise you, it's the holy grail of being likable. Hands down, if there's one thing you take away from this video, it is authenticity, okay? You need to be aligned to your values, right? So everyone says authenticity, but what does authenticity actually mean? It means being aligned. Means being aligned to what you actually value in a person, what you value out of a conversation. You're not becoming fake by learning social skills if it's something in your values that you think is good, okay? You're only fake if you do things that don't feel right to you. So really sit down for sit down for 30 seconds, pause this video, get a little sheet and make a table of things I like, things I don't like, and just write a short list of values. And then you can think about how that you can reflect that in conversations, okay? Don't say things, don't do things that are not in alignment with your values, and you will be authentic. People will love you. It makes you so magnetic, right? Authenticity is something people crave because it's so rare in today's society. I don't know why that's the case, but That's the truth. Play the game if you want to. Don't hate the player. I don't know, there's some kind of saying, I forgot it. Anyway, moving on. Likability will come from actually being present. And the most likable people are not thinking, am I being likable? The most likable people are focused on making you enjoy the conversation, or rather having a good time with you. That is it. That is all they care about. In other words, they're detached from the result. They have let go of the result in their head. So they don't have this aim, this motive of speaking to you, of being liked, okay? They're not expecting any result from you. They're just focused on, let's enjoy this. Let's vibe together. Let's just enjoy this moment, okay? This little back and forth interaction that we have. Let's just enjoy it. So they're listening, they're laughing, okay? They're not listening just to say something. They're actually trying to understand you. They're listening to understand you. They're responding. They're not putting on a show. That is the main thing. They're not putting on this act of, yeah, I'm this cool charismatic dude. I want to be liked by you. You better like me. Like, of course no one's gonna like you if you're like that, okay? Don't put on an act. Don't put on a show. Forget the question in your head of if you're being likable or not. I know it sounds counterintuitive, okay? But just focus on having the best possible time with that person. Enjoy it, because if you enjoy it, that gives permission, like we discussed earlier, for someone else to enjoy it. And listen and respond like they're a really close friend, okay? If you treat them like they're a super close friend, that kind of energy, that close friendness, even if you barely know them, even if you just met them, that kind of energy is so magnetic. It pulls people to you and it just makes them want to be your friend. And inside my course, I actually break stuff like this down with script, real examples, and tips, different mindset strategies, just like this, but in a whole lot more detail, where I explain everything and why it works, because STEM students like us need deep explanations. So that is in the description, designed for STEM people like us, actually. Link in the description if you want to fast track your progress. But in summary, being liked is not about becoming someone else, okay? It is about letting go of this notion that you need to make other people like you and who you think you should be, and instead living in accordance with your values, like actually, and writing them on a sheet of paper if you need to. And then also actually, focusing on having a good time with someone else and not copying, instead just giving them permission to feel comfortable around you. All right, so if you're building your social confidence and you don't want to do it without selling your soul, then hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment for the algorithm. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped one person at least. If it did, it's achieved its purpose. Once again, just check the link in the description if you want to fast track your progress with the course. See you soon.